Hey guys, this is Lungaya and welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. Let's get that last person from the bus stop. Why do they do this thing? Like, this is so annoying. It's like, we know that. You can just say, offer ride to young woman. The young woman accepts cautiously. Her name is Patty. She lives near the State Park, a short drive west of Marquez Farmhouse on Route 70. So, near State Park, west of Marquez Farmhouse. Route 70, west. Marquez Farmhouse was up here somewhere. That is Marquez Farmhouse, right? Let's have a look, see, yep. And west. On 70? Was it on there? Yep, Patty's house. Oh, back. Thank you. There we go. Best one ever. Patty has an idea for a new kind of chair. Not really the whole chair, just the part on the chair that lets you adjust the height or the tilt. It could be adapted to fit almost any chair design, and it doesn't take up much space. It could be flat-packed even. It's really a much more reliable design in the long term, and using the current crop of seat adjustment mechanisms, you're already running the risk of pinching your fingers fumbling around down under your chair. Not so with Patty's new design. But it's not cheap to get a prototype fabricated for such a thing. Too many moving parts. That much is unavoidable. Patty's been doing some freelance technical writing to pay the bills and setting aside as much as she can towards the project. She calls it the project when talking to friends and family, and by now everyone knows what she means. In school she was easily distracted. Her teachers never thought she'd really command her full potential and so on, but it won't be long now. Patty's staying here in that ugly amber bungalow again. It's only temporary. Okay. So, is this gonna be it? This weird music. Don't think it is though. Nothing's happening. Ooh, what's this station? I've never heard this before. Sounds like horses. Horses running. A race? They said an Ira had some horses years back. Charlie and I used to go to races sometimes. Horses. Yeah, I've always been a little afraid of them. They're so big and, I don't know, you look in their eyes and they're almost human. Like they're human and animal at the same time, since they've been domesticated so long, I guess. Well, that fits familiar but strange for me. Harry said we just drive until it cuts out. Yep. Oh. Oh, I don't even have to do anything. That's good. Cutscene! Horsies! Yay! Oh, lots of them! They're so cute. So that means we're at the 0 again? I'm guessing. Yep. Ooh! Okay. Cool. So... I don't know where we're going though. Oh, Hall of Mountain King. What is that? So intrigued. Oh, that's where we needed to go to. Hall of the Mountain King. Sounds like Lord of the Rings. We're going to the Mountain King. You shall not pass. Blue. Okay. What do you suppose happened here? They don't keep the roads up too well, do they? Happened here. Just old and rotted maybe, so kind of storm. Some kind of storm washed it away. Don't see much weather down here though, or just a slow drip from the ceiling wearing it down. Look at the bridge. The bridge ends abruptly, crumbling in despair. Boardwalk. Oh, no. No. I want to go to Johnny first. Talk to Johnny. Time to cut him loose, ma'am. Well, now I'm having fun. Ha, okay. Slow night anyway. Yeah, I don't want you guys to leave. Maybe you could sing another song for me. Come on, man, it's fun. Let's go on the journey with me. Rope. Cool. A loop of decayed rope is coiled on the banister. Some rotted sections have been smoothed over with a fine dust. Okay, let's go further. No, I want to go this way and then here. Computers. It's kind of weird. Broken computer monitors are heaped precariously among the rocks. Okay. Pet carrier. A pet carrier for a cat or small dog has been left by the path. A calcified rag wadded in the corner may once have been a blanket. It's kind of creepy. Backpack. A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's empty except for a dusty bag of cat food and a few punch cards. Okay. Fire. That's it? We don't say anything about the fire? Okay, we'll go to Amy then. I just love these camera angle changes. It's really cool. Oh, it's triangles with triangles down here. Shifting, intersecting, overlaying. Isn't it romantic? Let's see. You're here to steal back the love of a boy you once knew when you were too young to recognize the movements of the heart. And you're escorting her, pretending to have her interests at heart while really? You're in love with the young woman as well, and so you've agreed to help him conspire to win her affections, but it's just a ploy to set him up for embarrassment and demise him out of the picture. What are you talking about? No, you're right, it's stupid. Derivative. I used to be really good at this. I had 11 novels published, from the billionaire's bindings to Fields of Longing. Real hot bodice ripping stuff, you know? I missed those days in my Lexington studio apartment. Just me and my thesaurus steaming up the windows. Why do you stop writing? I'm not sure you should be listening to this kid. Why did you stop writing? You know, suddenly it was all computers everywhere you went. I thought I might be able to do something with that. Inject a little libido into those ugly beige boxes. So I went back to the university and studied human-computer interaction. And then I picked up Donald's research assistantship here as a tester, debugging. In my off hours, I played around with the doomed love story at the core of our little simulation. That seemed to amuse Donald, so I kept at it. I'm afraid I tinkered too much, made it too complex. Now our work is never done. We don't even have to add any new functionality. The bugs just grow on their own, too complex. I miss those days in my Lexicon studio apartment. What is she talking about? A woman in a tattered cardigan looks furtively at the other people around the fire. Weird. Old man. Donald puffs on a smoldering pipe. I told you it's Lord of the Rings. That's Gandalf. Smoldering pipe while half mumbling, half singing an old country tune. Softly, where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. Oh, who are you? Sorry, did we startle you? I might say you did. I thought you might be one of them. Oh, no, you can't be. We've been patching older spy holes. We keep the lights dim and the motors running softly, and we route the smoke out through. That is, what were we talking about? You were singing. Oh, you've got a verse of my absent-minded warbling. It's just a song from my youth. Something a dear friend used to sing to herself as we hacked on crystal radios in the boiler room. In old Kentucky, where we love a lovely home did build for me, and where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. From there on, it's all meandering rivers and romantic greenery, and that is what were we talking about? What's that computer over there? It looks pretty vintage. It looks like a harmless old computer, doesn't it? Like some beat-up mainframe, exhumed from a university basement and left in this cave to rot or to flower. No, it's no ordinary computer. I've modified it extensively, and in some pretty experimental ways, believe you me, and that's to say nothing of the software, but to Shannon, you look like a technically minded sort of person. Tell me, do you know the effects of mold growth on diffused base transistor circuitry? The mold would burn. Sounds like it would shortcut circuit. Certainly, but not all of it. Some moldy filaments are more or less conductive than others, and it grows in nonlinear, chaotic patterns. We can guide it a bit through a simple application of classical horticulture, but we can't produce specific results, only tendencies. Thwarted and feeble, we hammer on this directly keyboard. My name is Reason, King of Kings. But we are mere gardeners in the ruins. Our keystrokes echo off into the tunnels, boundless and bare. The caves stretch far away. We are too late, always too late. What? Did you say something? You were about to tell us about the software. Oh, the software, my life's work. Xanadu. You've heard of it? Perhaps you've read about it in a journal. It's been years since I published anything. Xanadu was evolved significantly since I explained its data structures in literally multitudes. Hypertextual narrative as post-structural witness. Evolved and then deteriorated. Donald sighs dramatically and takes a puff from his pipe. I'm afraid you are too late, fellow hypertext enthusiast. As the mold accumulated on the circuitry, Xanadu blossomed for a moment into something holy and enchanted. Then all the charm was broken. Do you have any idea what it's like to spend your life building something and then split powerlessly as your work declines into ruin? I drive deliveries, fix TVs and I'm about to lose the lease on my workshop. My family disappeared. Julia. I'll do Conway. Ah! Shuffling around the dusty ghost of antiquity. Well, I have my own ghosts and I keep them in there, in Xanadu. It's running on that glorious dusty machine. Take a look if you'd like. Too late to do anything but smoke and reminisce anyway, for too long. Far too late to do anything. Okay. Okay, and then we can go to Xanadu. Gonna go to Andrew first. Can we then still go to Xanadu though? Do you know that when I first... No, I mean, if there's a cave or large, could it? Now I'm getting ahead of myself, huh? Ah, I've got it. Now, would you characterize this space? The one we're standing in now. It seems endless. You have no idea how right you are. Decades of mapping and notating. But how can you tell what formal qualities makes it seem endless, you know? There are tunnels everywhere. The shadows seem to stretch forever. That huge fire, the smoke just stretch forever. Sure, but they're not just shadows, right? I mean, they could be. They're projections. Or maybe they're anatomies. How's that? Can you tell where we are now, surrounded by creepy anatomies? Close your eyes. Will you close your eyes? Okay. Good. Now, you're standing at the top of a rocky peak. A tongue of flame licks the shadowy anatomies of... Where are we? Oh, here again. How disappointing. What are these computers? Computers. Oh, now I remember. I was writing on them. I described a cave. That was my job. Describe the cave. There's a great history of caves in the literary. Don't you know? The walls are frozen rivers of orange stone. Isn't that vivid? I had a lot to live up to. I was a grad student studying statistics when I started working with Donald on this project. He said we needed someone with a more analytical mind to do the descriptive writing, someone who would appreciate the cave descriptions as real labor, instead of taking their authorial voice for granted. Donald warned me it would be long hours of typing painstakingly detailed descriptions into the computer. And I've put in the hours, believe me, I've put in the hours. I've described every facet of this cave in such detail that sometimes I don't know if I'm reading for looking, writing or exploring. Often in the dark and lonely moments I worry that in my sleep I've transcribed rooms from my dreams into the system. Who would we know? How would we know? They could only be entered with precise, faithful detail. That's all I know how to write, and all I dream about is caves. I only dream of caves. Well, that's sad. Oh, good, I can still go to Xanadu. Okay, that's it. What's that gate thingy? A massive gate constructed out of scavenged materials blocks passage down the far side of the spire. Oh, Roberta. I didn't talk to her, right? So many people. The kingdom is in peril. Roberta laughs. Well, what else is new? Do you work here? Work? You could call it that. I gather old circuit boards and throw them in the fire. Sometimes I fish out precious metals and let them cool into toxic jams. I put them in my hair. What? Enchanted jewelry, talismans, a magic mirror that prevents the future, a magic shield that protects the bearer from age, a magic chest that's always filled with. I never went to the university. I was an independent scholar. It means I took to public libraries look like beachcomber. I studied fairy tales. And then I came to work for Donald. I paid the bills, rubbed leathering elbows with academics, scraped black mold from cave walls. Finally, now I carry the firewood into senescence. The kingdom is in peril. Okay. It's a bit strange. Let's go to Xanadu. We'll look at it first. Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements with a worn tarp. A closet-sized wall of knobs and wires looms behind the machine. Humming faintly, an electric typewriter is the only easily recognizable component. How do you think we get it started? This old thing? Maybe there's a hand crank around. Oh! It has a run key. Oh, something's happening. End of scene. Xanadu. Oh. Okay. Xanadu, you are at the... Okay. No idea. Ah, this thing is in rough shape. Flips an unlabeled switch. Okay, that's worse. Kind of looks like a house type house. Oh yeah, house. The bladder. Did they say Lula? Kind of some persuasive name. I think they said Lula. Donna? I guess it's Lula. Donna? Del. Ooh. Lula trying to sell off this person. Okay. Damn, I can't tell what she's saying. Nope. Oh, I have my portable dowser with me. All systems like this one can build up a remnant magnetic field that sort of warps everything along whatever pattern it's settled into, you know? The degauser clears it up by suddenly shaking the magnetic field around until it's uniform again. to think of it anyway. Like shaking a snow globe. Worth a shot. All of the mountain being. Well, okay. This is a lost cause. What a piece of junk. Damn it. I wanted it to work, man. That's so disappointing. Wow, that was a really, really short scene. Hall of the Mountain King. Bizarre. And what was that about Lula? Maybe Donald knows how to clear it up a bit. Yeah. Let's go to Donald's. Donald's. So you've seen it for yourself. What's left of it? Pretty busted. The chalky bones of a beautiful dream, but you can see what it once was, can't you? Can't you? There was so much more to it. Ornate labyrinths of memory, exhaustively simulated parallel cave ecosystems, real artificial intelligence built on sophisticated neural network algorithms. The birds in the forest could flock in 3 dimensions, the bats could learn to sing. And then it began to crumble when the strangers came. At first we only heard them, walking heavily through the caves, dragging things around, hammering and clattering their tools. Sometimes we heard working songs, never close enough to make out real voices, just their echoes cascading wordlessly in the tunnels. Then we caught a glimpse of one. What did they look like? They look like... No, it's too horrible. I shouldn't be telling you about this. They're dangerous. They're strange. I should never have tried to outwit them. They were always too much for me, but it's too late now. If I'd listened to Lula, Lula? Lula Chamberlain? Yes, of course. Oh, do you know her? We're looking for her now. How do you know her? How do you know her? It was a long time ago. All this, you see. Just look at it. No, she's gone now. She left. We built this together. Did you know? Lula, Joseph, and I. Lula's gone from here, but Donald points across the cave with his pipe, still in there, in Xanadu. I don't know where Lula is now, or how to get there from here, or how to unwind that damned tangled highway, but Xanadu, before its ruin, was faultless as an oracle, a shrine to perfect simulation, until, but maybe, those weird interlopers destroyed my Xanadu. Perhaps they now know how to fix it. It may be dangerous. I've sent many eager seconds to negotiate with them, to repair my masterpiece. Back there, that tunnel, push back the vines, crawl out into the darkness, watch your step. After a while, you'll feel the terrain change beneath your hands and knees, from rock to crystal and then to mud. Then you'll be out. That's where the strangers come from. Now leave me alone. I still have a bit of mold in my pipe and a few dreams left. Okay, so we're gonna go and see the strangers. Oh, okay. Cutscene. I wanted to Send off, but where the strangers come from. Okay. Wonder who the strangers are. Are we good? We're good. Okay, cool. So guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and see you guys on the next one.